Hello, this is Dr. Tracy McAlvanah, and welcome to my presentation on the Metabolic Reset program. I am so happy that you're here. For those of you who may not be familiar with me, I'm a certified functional medicine practitioner with 17 years experience, and I recently left the brick and mortar practice and I have launched a virtual practice. And one of the programs that I'm offering is this amazing Metabolic Reset program. To let you know, this is a 60-minute presentation, and there are 4 topics. One, first, why I am so excited about this Metabolic Reset program. 2, why other weight loss programs fail. 3, why the Metabolic Reset program is so different. And then finally, I want to share the results that we're achieving with this program. And it's my hope that I motivate you to want to do it and want to take action by hearing the results that we're seeing with the program. And I encourage you to stay to the end because I'm going to try to answer all the questions that I think you'll have. And also at the end, I'm going to make a special offer to you as well. So who is this seminar for? This seminar is for you if you're not at your ideal weight, whether you have 15 or 20 extra pounds or significant weight to release. This seminar is perfect for you if you feel like you have already tried everything. I'm glad you're here if you have nagging symptoms, poor sleep, fatigue, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, blood sugar, digestive issues. These are all symptoms that we're seeing get better with the Metabolic Reset. Or I'm so happy you're here if you're here to learn more for a friend or loved one, or to learn more to help me spread the word about this amazing program. I wanted to share with you my motivation behind offering the Metabolic Reset. This is a list of what runs in my genes. These are the conditions that run in my family. Crippling, inflammatory osteoarthritis, debilitating rheumatoid arthritis, scleroderma, a cruel autoimmune condition, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. And what do all of these things have in common? They are inflammatory conditions that rob the quality of life. November 8th, 1983 was the worst night of my life. This was a night that we received a call late night, and I heard my stepfather say, "Barb, it's your father," my pop-pop. And in that second, I knew that something really bad had happened. And I just fell to my knees, screaming out, "Pop Pop," crying. That night, Pop Pop died very suddenly of a heart attack. And he was the center of our family, the patriarch of our family. And so this devastated all of us. We were a family of 13. And my Pop-Pop was only 69 years old. And his wife, my grandmom, was only 64 when she lost her husband. Here she was likely thinking she had her retirement, her golden years ahead of her. I know they love to travel. And this is what she was looking forward to. But suddenly Pop-Pop is gone. I remember prior to that leaving Grandma and Pop-Pop's house. And Pop-Pop was standing on the front porch, and he was waving as we were leaving, and he was waving and saying "so long," as he always did. And for some reason, I was in the back seat staring at him, and I thought, what if this is the last time that I see Pop-Pop? I don't know what made me think that, but I was staring at him, wondering that. I don't know if it was something that I sensed as a kid, but when I look backwards, I so wish that my Pop-Pop knew what I know today, how very much diet and lifestyle are connected to cardiovascular disease. if he knew, I'm sure that he would not have eaten as much ice cream or donuts or candies, that he would not have done that if he had this information. So I so wish that he knew what I know today. Then my grandmom is pictured in the upper right hand corner of this slide. She went on to develop rheumatoid arthritis, a horrible autoimmune disease. And I watched her. I watched her decline. I watched her suffer in pain. I watched her take numerous pharmaceutical prescriptions. And I even remember the conversations of my mom, my aunt, my uncle, of they're so frustrated and knowing the doctors can't figure out what the side effects are of what medications because there were so many medications in the mix. I watched her lose her mobility due to the pain. Then I watched her lose her independence. Her children had to come to the house and help her take care of it, help her with chores, help her, she couldn't drive, help her get to doctor's appointments, go food shopping. And then the day comes where you have to sell your belongings. You have to give to Goodwill because she had to downsize and move into an apartment that she never wanted to live in. Then the day comes where you have to downsize again and you're going into assisted living. That's one of the last memories I have of my grandmom in assisted living. It was Christmas Eve and I can just see her in this community room and she was singing Christmas carols because she loved to sing. But that was so heartbreaking for me as her granddaughter to watch this decline and watch the suffering. And it wasn't just my grandmom. If you look in the middle picture at the top, I watched Aunt Madeline suffer with another autoimmune condition, scleroderma. To the left is my Uncle Ray, who is living riddled with pain. And in that picture, I assume that you would think he's bending over to be cheek to cheek with his granddaughter. But that's not the case. He cannot stand up straight because the arthritis is so bad and so painful. On the bottom, you see me hugging my cousin Shannon. And Shannon was riddled with inflammation and back pain for decades. And I worry about how many medications she took for a couple of decades because of that pain and inflammation. And what did that do to her immune system? Why did she develop cancer at such a young age and ultimately she lost her life? The next picture is some of the kids in our family. And so we have 9 little kids in the family, so heartbroken that Aunt Shannon isn't on this planet with us. So I put that picture there as a reminder that our health doesn't just affect us, but it affects everybody that loves us. What I want to make sure that you know from this presentation is that your fat cells are actually factories of inflammation. If your body is inflamed, your brain is inflamed, which is why I chose that picture. And I know brain fog, poor memory, lack of mental clarity is something I hear from people over and over again. And I want you to know that that is inflammation and that is your brain inflamed. I recently listened to a lecture from a doctor who was discussing stem cell therapy. And he said inflammation equals aging. And he coined the term inflammaging, which I liked. So I stole that term from him. But the more inflamed we are, the faster we are aging. It just completely accelerates aging. So the more fat cells we have, the more fat that we are carrying, the more inflamed we are. And just about every single disease process begins with inflammation. So I just wanted to stress that and make sure that that is just one thing that you learn and you take away from this presentation today. So now that you know my family background and my genetic makeup, I want to let you know that just because you have the genes for certain conditions does not mean that you're going to develop them. What affects your genes and the expression of your genes? Your diet, your lifestyle, and your daily habits. So I feel like I am living proof that natural health care, a healthy diet, and lifestyle create health and wellness. Despite all the arthritis in my family, I am talking with you with zero pain, great energy. I feel great at 50 years old. So I feel like I am living proof to how well this works. Here's a picture of my mom at the beach on Hilton Head Island. She's retired and she lives in, I think, the largest 55 and over community in the US. And when we go to visit and we're out at the pools, at the amenities, at the bocce courts, I'm looking around and I see that most residents are in pain and they're really limping. And this is something that just breaks my heart. I mean, it catches my attention. It breaks my heart to see that by the time you get to your retirement years that you're supposed to enjoy, your body is breaking down, you're inflamed, and you're in pain. So all of this suffering, the suffering that I've seen in my family and the suffering that I see just being out, whether it's in my mom's 55 and over community or out just in our community, I think about this. I can't help but people watch at church when people go up for communion. And I just see how many people are struggling with weight and inflammation and chronic pain. And it makes me mad. It makes me mad because there's so much that can be done about that. And this is what is driving me to share this metabolic reset, because I want to help end all of this suffering. And why else am I so passionate about this reset program? It's actually very simple and easy. You'll be surprised to learn how simple it is. It is extremely anti-inflammatory and it dramatically improves your health very quickly. It protects your future so that you don't develop one of those inflammatory conditions. And then a side benefit to all of that is that you'll lose weight. And not only will you lose weight, you'll lose a lot of weight and you'll lose it quickly. I want to point out to you that traditional medicine is not going to help you resolve the root cause of your inflammation. And I just want to be clear about this. It's not the fault of the doctors. It's the way they were trained. Traditional doctors, traditional medical doctors, are trained to diagnose and treat medical conditions. And the tools that they have been trained focus on pharmaceutical medications and surgeries. So if you're in pain, if you're inflamed, what you're going to be offered would be painkillers, it will be muscle relaxants, it might be physical therapy, but they're not trained to fix the root causes of the inflammation. And that's what we're talking about with this metabolic reset, getting to the root cause and fixing the source of inflammation. Another reason that you're not going to get the care that you're looking for in traditional medicine is because it's insurance driven. The insurance industry doesn't do a great job at covering wellness or covering prevention. In fact, if we look at this as a quote from Medicare, care that seeks to prevent disease, promote health, prolong and enhance the quality of life is not considered medically necessary. Now, you might be thinking, well, I don't have Medicare. That doesn't apply to me. But Medicare is the gold standard in the insurance industry. So what Medicare does drives what the other insurance companies do as well. And I suspect a lot of you have joined in on this seminar because you would like to prevent disease. You would like to promote your health and wellness. You would like to prolong your life and also have a great quality of life. And so this is the limitation of the insurance-based traditional medical model. And so we know our health is much more dependent upon our daily habits, our diet, and nutrition than it is on medicine. One of my favorite quotes from Thomas Edison, "The doctor of the future will give no medication, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease." I would like to take that quote even a step further and say the doctor of the future is you. You learning how to take care of yourself so that you don't need medicine and that you don't develop any of those inflammatory conditions. And so what we're talking about today, in addition to weight loss, is learning lifelong healthy habits so that not only do you keep the weight off for the long haul, but also you learn how to take care of yourself, keep inflammation down, and live the healthiest life possible. I want you to know that I understand your struggle. From 17 years in practice, I have heard the complaints of when we're carrying excess weight, we feel tired, we're not sleeping well, we're waking up tired, brain fog, aches, pains, stiffness, and clothing not fitting. Women have told me how they're so frustrated when they get up in the morning. Not only are they feeling so sluggish, it's hard to get out of bed, they get into their closet and they have to try on 6 different outfits before they find something that they feel good enough in to wear to work. And then forget bathing suit shopping. This might be one of the most painful things that patients have shared with me. You know, the horrors of going into the department store, trying on bathing suits and looking in the mirror at how they look on you. Or the other thing is the special occasions. Sometimes there's a special dress that you've had and you love and you know you can't get into it for a wedding or special event. And you think about the pictures, all the family pictures that are going to be snapped. And you just wish that you felt more confident with how you look. So your confidence isn't as it used to be. You have lower self-confidence. And it's harder to keep up with its kids or your grandkids. I know you want to get down on the floor and play with them, and I have been told that getting down on the floor is usually not the problem, but getting up off the floor is where the issue is. And then this is something that I hear about as well. The love life isn't so much there anymore because we're just not feeling good about ourselves. And I want you to know that I also personally know your struggle as well. As a busy practitioner, trying to balance family, work, be a mom, I began to gain weight over time as well for various reasons that we're going to talk more about in this presentation. And you know, I felt a lot of pressure to look my best because here I am, a wellness doctor. Well, I should be a billboard for wellness. A colleague had shared a story with me. He is a functional medicine practitioner, and he was doing a seminar, a live seminar, and at the end he always had surveys where people could give him feedback. And that evening, his wife was going through the surveys, and she had one off to the side. And he said, "What is that piece of paper off to the side? I would like to see that." And she said, "Oh gosh, that's just a piece of trash. That's nothing." And he said, "No, no, no, no. I would like to see that piece of paper." And she had no choice but to give it to him. And on that survey, there was one sentence. And the sentence was, "You are fat." And he was devastated to see that. And he felt like I feel, where we really should feel and look our best so that we can inspire people to be their best. And so that really motivated him to find a solution. He struggled with weight his whole life and he had tried everything. And so he did the research and he eventually found the Metabolic Reset program and implemented that in his practice. And now he lost weight and now he's healthy and trim. But that's what inspired him. And also, that's what inspired me. I felt like I had to keep searching for answers too. My weight was stuck, and I noticed that there was a certain percentage of patients that no matter what we did with them, we couldn't seem to budge their weight. And we had done everything that we were taught in functional medicine, from examining and balancing their thyroid hormones and female hormones and detoxification and getting inflammation down and clearing out the GI tract. We could do all of these things, and yet some people were still stuck with their weight. So I really kept searching, kept researching. And that's how I discovered this amazing Metabolic Reset program. And so I learned how participants were losing 20 and up to 30 pounds in 6 weeks. And I learned how my colleagues were losing weight. Dr. Nawaz Habib lost 62 pounds through this Metabolic Reset process. And I myself went through the program and I lost 21 pounds in 6 weeks. And you can see these are my before and after pictures. The top row is before. The middle row is after 6 weeks in the same shirt. And I realized that shirt was baggy, so then I also took the after pictures in athletic gear. And I want you to know that there is no way prior to this program that I would have put on that athletic gear and snapped those pictures, let alone put them in a presentation. And I even have promoted the metabolic program with those pictures on social media. There is no way I would have done that before this Metabolic Reset program. So let's take a look at why other weight loss programs fail. They fail because they're only focused on 2 things, food and exercise. And they're not focused on why you gain the weight in the first place, which is what's going on with you, your stress, your hormones, your GI health, and your lifestyle habits. Results take so long that after a while your motivation really wanes. They rely so much on deprivation and your willpower, which is the hardest way to go. They leave you feeling hungry all the time and really craving foods despite sticking to the plan. And a lot of programs, they may result in some weight loss, but most people gain it back. And they gain it back because there's no sustainable plan for long-term results and for long-term diet and lifestyle shifts. And that is what is completely different about the Metabolic Reset program. There is a huge focus on permanent diet and lifestyle changes. And so the Metabolic Reset program is a comprehensive, holistic program where we have literally put all the pieces of the puzzle together so that we have a complete strategy in weight loss. This is a graph that shows all the different components of the Metabolic Reset program. I could probably do a mini seminar for each one of those components, but what I want you to know is that this is a well thought out program where we have a system and we have literally put all the pieces of the puzzle together. From the top, a complete history. I really want to get to know my clients. Coaching and accountability is included, and that is really critical for success. And these are all the things that we address: mindset, lifestyle habits, hormones, resetting the stress response. We cannot lose weight when the body is in stress mode. And so that's something that we really focus on, and a lot of the coaching is around that. We include some intermittent fasting, which is a centuries-old practice. That's one of the things that helps launch us into fat burning. It's data driven, so we're monitoring results carefully. We address GI health. And one of my favorite things is that there's a built-in reward system. And what I mean by that is that in this program, you lose the weight quickly. And when you see that scale changing every day, that's what really gets you fired up and motivated to keep going. And so there's this great built-in reward system. And so why is the Metabolic Reset program so different? Well, one, it addresses your overall health. It addresses and corrects the causes behind why you can't seem to release weight. And like we talked about before, stress is a major component. So resetting that stress response, looking at hormone balance, habits, your GI health, your mindset. So looking at all the components of a healthy metabolism. And this is not a diet. It's a lifestyle program. So we're learning that healthy lifestyle that will allow the weight to fall off and will stay off for the long term. So this is transformational. We're going to transform your diet, your lifestyle, your daily habits. You're going to go through a transformation mentally, physically, spiritually. And it's going to result in long-term permanent weight loss. One of the things that I love is that we focus on real food, healthy, whole food. And that allows us to develop sustainable long-term habits. For example, if a program is focused on prepackaged food or protein shakes, well, what happens when that goes away and the program is over? A lot of times we go back to the unhealthy lifestyle and habits that we had before that allow us to put the weight on in the first place. So we are learning to eat in a way that's sustainable for the long term. And exercise is not required. It's not required to lose the weight. And one of the reasons for this is because there's a heavy focus on resetting the stress response. So if our body is inflamed and it is under stress, we don't want to drive it even harder with a rigorous exercise program. Over exercising is something that can be stressful to the body and wreck our metabolism. So for a short time, we're going to take a break from exercise. And when we move into maintenance, then we're going to reincorporate an appropriate level of exercise. And this program can be done by anyone remotely because I have a virtual setup, so I can work with anyone, anywhere. And one important feature is that this program offers a supportive network. So I offer the coaching in groups, so group coaching, so that we can provide community, a supportive community and network. And no one gets kicked out of this group because we need this coaching and the reminders well into maintenance so that this is a lasting lifestyle change. And what you can expect with this metabolic reset, women typically lose 20 to 25 pounds in the first 6 weeks, and men will lose even more. Men, you just lose weight so much easier. That testosterone helps you to burn up fat and get in shape a lot easier than it does for us women. And there are so many non-scale health improvements, and this is what really gets me fired up. I am hearing people tell me they have less pains and aches and stiffness, less swelling, their digestion is better, they're not bloated, their energy is better, they're sleeping better, they feel less stressed, and more of a general sense of well-being. Another thing we see with this program as far as non-scale health improvements, oftentimes we have to refer our clients back to their primary doctor to have the dosage of their medications changed or a plan for weaning off medications altogether. specifically medications for blood sugar and blood pressure, and also cholesterol lowering meds. Those are the ones that oftentimes people are able to work with their doctors to get off of those prescriptions. And with this program, I say maintenance is the most important part, because keeping that weight off, that is the most important part, is critical. And oftentimes people will continue to lose weight in maintenance because their diet and their lifestyle has been so dramatically improved, they continue to lose weight. And if someone has significant weight to lose, it is possible that they may want to do more than one round of the reset. And the way that we do this is 6 weeks of fat burning and about 4 weeks of maintenance. And then you can choose, do I want to do another round if you have more significant weight to lose? And I know you want to know some of the nuts and the bolts of the program. So I'm going to go through this quickly because I also have this information on my website and in another explanatory video on my website. But it is 10 weeks. Like I said, 6 weeks fat burning, 4 weeks maintenance is one round of the reset. And within the program, you have the opportunity to schedule 3 one-hour appointments with me. Like in the beginning, I really want to do a thorough history and get to know you and get to know your entire health background. I offer weekly accountability and coaching calls, and right now we're doing that in an online Facebook group where we can all participate in the conversation. And you also have a chance for one-on-one coaching as well, whether it's through the Facebook group or we could do a private chat through the patient portal as well. And there's just a couple of products that go with the reset. One is a metabolic support. It's a homeopathic liquid formula, and that helps keep your metabolism fired up. It helps to reset the stress response. It helps with blood sugar control and cravings. So one homeopathic, and also a wonderful probiotic, a really strong, great probiotic, because the bowel flora or the bacteria in your GI tract greatly affect your metabolism and your weight. So we include a probiotic and 25 sachets of a special coffee. It's organic Ganoderma mushroom infused coffee. And I can promise you it does not taste like mushrooms. Everybody asks that. It tastes delicious. But Ganoderma mushroom is known as the king of herbs because it does so many wonderful things for the body, for our health. It is a strong adaptogen, so it's going to help us reset the stress response. It's going to help balance our blood sugar. It's going to curb our hunger. It's very anti-inflammatory. It helps to balance our immune system. If we look in PubMed, where we find medical research, I believe there's over 2,200 different studies on Ganoderma mushroom. And right now it's being widely studied for its anti-cancer benefits. So it's an incredible coffee for us to start our day with. If you don't like coffee, it also comes in tea. And of course, you need the instruction manual with all the details of exactly how to do the program, as well as a recipe book for ideas of things that you can make that comply with the program. So that's a summary of the reset program. Other things that it incorporates are some intermittent fasting, and this is really going to help launch us into fat burning. And the way that we're going to do that, we're going to make it so that it's easy for you to transition to that. The eating template, it is real food, nutritious food, but it is low calorie, low glycemic, so a low impact on your blood sugar. Temporarily, it's going to be a low-fat template because we want to get you to burn your own fat rather than take in additional fat. There's plenty of free foods. So there's a list of mostly vegetables, but free foods so that you can snack on those anytime or add them to your meals. And what we're doing, we're using an anti-inflammatory food template and manipulating the timing of when you eat those foods to shift you into fat burning. So it's this well thought out scientific approach. Everything's calculated and measured so that we know how to turn your fat burning. And you should know that even though it's this low calorie template, you're not living off of the calories that you're taking in. You're actually living off the energy that's released when you're releasing fat, when you're burning fat. And most people, once they get started with the program and they get used to it for a few days, they realize they are feeling good. They have better energy. And most people say they feel this clearer brain function, better mental clarity. So once you get into fat burning, you usually realize how good you feel, and that makes the program, easier as you go along. And what we're really focused on is resetting the stress response. And like I said, only gentle or no exercise for the first 6 weeks. So we talked about why other programs fail. We talked about why the Metabolic Reset program is different. So let's move to the last part of this presentation, which is where I hope to inspire you to take action. I want to talk about the amazing results that we're achieving with this program. So first, I said to you earlier that I feel like I am living proof. I myself went through the program. I felt great doing it. I am now down 27 pounds doing this program. And I mentioned to you, despite arthritis running in my family, I feel great. I'm pain-free and great energy. So that's my testimony to the program. But I want to tell you about some of the participants, some of the clients that I'm working with. We have Sharon Leopard. And this is, you could see a quote that she left on a Facebook post about how she has tried so many different weight loss programs and she was never able to lose and keep it off. So far she has lost 17 pounds and she says it's been easy. So I said to you, this is easier than you would think. And she hates exercise, so she was happy with the fact that that is not a focus of this program. And one of the things with Sharon is that we don't have a picture of her after the program, which we need to get. But what we did, we pulled out her initial photograph, and that's when Sharon was shocked by the difference. There was so much inflammation that she lost that the picture of before compared to her now was absolutely dramatic. And she is just so thrilled that she is learning long-term healthy eating habits. And also she's learned a lot about how to adapt to things that could sabotage our weight loss, like social events and just going out to eat with friends. So she has changed her mindset and her habits, and she is just so excited. And why did Sharon choose this reset program in the first place? What prompted her to want to do it? And for Sharon, she is currently single. And she started to think about her future and realized, what if something happens to her? She wants to prevent that. She wants to maintain her health and maintain her independence, because who is going to take care of her if her health slips? So that was her motivation, wanting to be healthy and independent for all the years to come. Laura Gleason is another participant in the program, and so far she has lost 18 pounds, 3.5 inches off her waistline, and she is reporting better sleep, waking up refreshed, better energy. She's not crashing at 3 p.m., but she had a lot of swelling around her legs and her feet that is no longer there. She's feeling calmer and a better sense of well-being. So why did Laura choose to do the reset program? she decided to take action because she has struggled for a long time with thyroid metabolism, and she just knew that there were pieces missing from what she had tried in the past, and she just felt like she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. She was uncomfortable. She was uncomfortable in her clothes, and she had just had enough, which is what prompted her to want to do this program. Marlene Graham is also a nurse, and her goal was to balance her blood sugar because diabetes runs rampant in her family medical history. So she wanted to really be proactive about preventing diabetes, and she had gained about 30 pounds after she had gallbladder surgery. She had other symptoms, headaches, plantar fasciitis, which was really painful on the bottoms of her feet, especially waking up first thing in the morning, sugar cravings, and when she did have sugar or carbs, she was so sleepy. So she really had issues with blood sugar control, and she had GERD, which is reflux or heartburn and reflux. So what are the results that Marlene has experienced? Marlene reports that she feels she has lost many more inches compared to pounds, but she's down 18 pounds. And the reason that she lost inches is because it seems like Marlene has really figured out what her food sensitivities are. She didn't realize how bloated she was from eating foods that she was sensitive to. So now that she's gone through one round of fat burning and then into maintenance, as she added foods back in, she could then see what she was reacting to or what bloated her. So that was huge for her. She figured out food sensitivities. She got rid of bloating. Plantar fasciitis is gone. She manages stress better. She reported her stress used to feel like a 10 plus. Now it's a 4. She's sleeping better. She has better energy. And what she said to me is, now people are asking her, gosh, what are you doing? How did you lose weight? And they're also asking her, where does she get all of this energy? Her headaches are gone, GERD is gone, and she's no longer having those strong cravings for sugar and carbs. So that's Marlene's story. We have Linda Kelly, and she is also a nurse. And you can see what she put here on a Facebook post, that she is just amazed by this program. It is different, 21 pounds different. She's never looking back, only wants to go forward. So she has just finished one round of the reset, and she is just starting to do a second session. And so she recommends this program. And here we have Linda's before and after pictures. On the left is before, the right is after, and this is 21 pounds different. The same thing from the front view. The left is before, the right is after. Joanna Smith is a longtime fitness instructor and workout enthusiast. And one of the things with Joanna, as much as she was teaching fitness classes and working out herself, she kept asking, gosh, why do I have still this little bit of extra that I shouldn't be carrying? And so what we worked on is her exercise strategy, where she was over exercising, pushing so hard, and the stress of all that was just wrecking her metabolism. So Joanna shared that she is down 9 pounds, and she's thankful and just feeling so great. Then we have Terry Candelori, and this story really touches my heart because inflammation is just the theme of everything that was happening with her and was really negatively affecting her health. So her challenges were carrying extra weight, but also she was in so much pain and stiffness and back problems and stress, anxiety, GI issues. So really struggling with her entire level of health. And so what prompted her to make a decision and get started was She needed a better quality of life. She's a mom, 2 kids. She's thinking, where am I going to be in the next 10 years or even 2 decades from now if I'm not doing real well currently? So her goal is to be there for her family and to be able to be active and do things and have a good quality of life with them. So she is 3 weeks into the program. She's about 25 pounds down and she can't believe it. No heartburn, less bloating, she's less achy, sleeping better. And when she wakes up in the morning, she realized she used to cough and have a lot of congestion, and all of that is clearing up. So really feeling the effects of an anti-inflammatory eating template. And this is just the beginning for Terry, but this program is going to completely transform her life and really change her life for the decades to come. And I'm just so excited that she's in the program. And this program works well for men too. In fact, it works even faster for them. So we have one quote here, Tim, almost 40 pounds down so far. And thank you, Dr. Tracy Mack. And clients decide that they want to do this program for all different reasons. So sometimes it's young people who make the decision, college students. So we have 2 college students in the program right now. They want to lose that college weight. They're, getting closer to graduation and they want to graduate and interview and start their careers and feel good. They want to look good, look professional, have good energy, so that they can excel once they graduate from college. So this program is great even if you're younger. Most failure is due to not having a system, and that's what the Metabolic Reset program is. It's a proven system, well thought out, with all of the pieces of the puzzle pulled together for you. If you want to excel at something, coaching makes all the difference, and that's a key component of this program. I am 110% dedicated to getting you to your goals. Even Oprah Winfrey, as successful as she was, she always had a coach. My goal in this seminar was to inspire you, to empower you to know you are the doctor of the future. You learning how to eat, how to live a healthy lifestyle is going to allow that excess weight to fall off and allow you to live the best life possible. So I hope with this information, with the stories of the results that we're achieving, I hope that I motivated you to take some action today. And so I'm going to offer you 2 ways to take action right now. One is I'm available for a free consultation. You can go to buildtruewellness.com/apply and schedule a consultation right now. We can have a 15-20 minute consultation about your questions or your specifics, and we can determine, is this the best next step for you? Are we a good match to work together? Or 2, if you have listened to this presentation and you know you want to do it, you want to jump right in and get started, you can sign up. And the URL for that is buildtruewellness.com/friend1000. And I mentioned to you that this program is priced at $1,997 for the 10-week comprehensive program, everything included. But because I'm so excited about getting 25 more great success stories, I'm temporarily offering it at $997. So I hope that you take advantage of that. But I mentioned that I was going to make an offer at the end of this program, and I am going to make this offer a little bit sweeter, and that is, if you know you want to do this program and you want to do it with a friend, if the 2 of you sign up, I will give the program to both of you for $14.97 for both. So $7.50 each if you do it with a friend. So I hope you will share this seminar with a best friend, a great friend of yours who also has the goal of wanting to lose weight and get healthy. and you could take advantage of that amazing offer. So I am so looking forward to talking with you in the near future. I am very excited and motivated to spread the word about this program. So please share it with those that you care about. And if you have any questions that I can help you with, you can leave comments online, or you could go to my website and there's a button, Contact Us, and you can ask the questions. I will be happy to follow up and get you the answers that you're looking for. That's the end of the presentation. I am so glad that you attended and listened to the presentation, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.